Hello everyone, welcome back again to Liverpool Report today. We've got the latest updates on our beloved club Liverpool. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of Liverpool Report news. Let's get started. Liverpool are favourites to sign Milos Kerkez this summer ahead of Manchester United, with Bournemouth poised to demand a sum of £45 million for their star left-back after the Hungary Stars' impressive second season in the Premier League. Kerkez, 21, has been linked with Liverpool for months after catching the eye in Andoni Iraola's swashbuckling side this term. However, the defender's fine form, which has seen him amass 2 goals and 6 assists for the Cherries, has also generated interest from other top-flight clubs, including the Reds' arch-rivals. Fortunately for arneslot and Liverpool, it seems as though they remain the red-hot favourites to sign Kerkez this summer if Kerkez, as expected, does move on. As outlined by The Times, Liverpool are in pole position to land the player many view as the ideal long-term successor to Andy Robertson in a deal worth around £45 million. It's noted that Bournemouth's chairman, Bill Foley, does not want to sell the club's best players. However, he has also indicated that he would not stand in the way of any of their young stars should they wish to leave. Kerkez, who signed for Bournemouth from AZ Alkmaar for £15.5 million 2 years ago, is under contract for another 3 years, putting the Cherries in a strong bargaining position. He has been among the club's top performers this season as the South Coast outfit chase a European spot in the final weeks of the 2024-25 campaign. While Manchester United have also been credited with an interest in Kerkez's services per the Mail, the player is well known to Liverpool's sporting director, Richard Hughes, who signed the fullback during his time as Bournemouth's technical director. Kerkez opened the door for a summer switch to Anfield when he admitted in a recent interview with The Athletic that he saw his next step as joining an elite club when the question was put to him. He replied, "Yeah. As a kid, you dreamed to play at the highest level, win the trophies, be on the best teams. These are the things that my agent is on, my dad is on. It is not something that they occupy me with because the season is still going, so there's no point to talk about anything. There's games left, the FA Cup is important for us. These are big things. And then, like I say, when someone comes in for you, you never know what's going to happen or where you're going to end up. In the summer, we will see what happens." Under the guidance of Arne Slot, Trent Alexander-Arnold has seen a shift in his role at Liverpool, taking on less creative responsibilities. The 26-year-old has had a stellar season with the Premier League Titans, who are on track to win the title. With just 9 matches remaining this season, Liverpool hold a comfortable 12-point lead over second-placed Arsenal. However, it's uncertain when the right-back will be back on the pitch following an ankle injury he sustained earlier this month. Speculation is rife about the England star's future at his childhood club, with rumours of a possible summer transfer to Real Madrid gaining momentum. As yet, no new contract has been agreed upon with Liverpool, and the vice-captain's current deal is set to expire at the end of this season, along with those of Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah. Despite impressing Slot with his offensive prowess and enhanced defensive skills, Alexander-Arnold's position within the team has evolved since the Jurgen Klopp era, something the player himself has acknowledged. The role depends on the game because, if you think of Man United away, I played almost like a number 10. I was higher up the pitch because of the way they pressed, Alexander-Arnold revealed to LiverpoolFC.com in October. In certain games, I'll be inside because of the way the opposition press. Sometimes they press differently. It all varies on how they press, reports the Liverpool Echo. The dynamic fullback has noticed a shift in his role, experiencing reduced creative duties. This season, Alexander-Arnold has seen a decrease both in playing and receiving progressive passes, and he's also setting career lows for passes into the final third and into the box. Yet, despite taking a step back from being the focal point in attack, he acknowledges that the strategic alterations by manager Slot are still giving him opportunities to influence play. "The manager will dissect how they press so we can outnumber the way they press," he admitted. "If they press with 3, we'll have 4 players around, so that we can play through them. If they press with a 2, then there'll be 3 players, etc., etc. It's just about who those players are and where it works best." So, wherever the manager tells me to be, I'll be there because he'll tell me that's most likely where you'll get the ball. And if that changes, then he'll tell me during the game, you're not getting the ball there, try there, and maybe surprise him in there and see if that works. Throughout the game, there's a lot of things going on, but if I understand it, then it'll work. So far it has. Slot opened up about his focus on enhancing Alexander-Arnold's defensive skills, which have faced scrutiny over the years. Speaking to TNT Sports in January, he acknowledged the progress of his player. When we started to work together, I emphasized also a bit on his defensive work, Slot revealed. He had to keep producing the numbers in assisting goals, but if we wanted to be a team that concedes less shots, he had to improve a bit in defending. We have spoken a lot to him about consistency. Because he's been quite long with this club, he sometimes trains or has played games like, it's another one from 200 that I've already played, or all these sessions I've already had. This is where we've worked on, and I think we can see the progression he has made. Injuries have left Liverpool with a problem position for the Merseyside derby against Everton. Arneslot's side host their rivals at Anfield on Wednesday night after a 16-day break since the defeat by Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final. The international break has given Liverpool plenty of time to take stock of their 2-1 defeat at Wembley, and they now have one sole focus: winning the Premier League title. The Reds hold a 12-point lead over second-placed Arsenal with 9 games remaining, the first of which comes against Everton in midweek. It comes just 49 days after the last Merseyside derby, which saw James Tarkowski smash in a dramatic injury-time equaliser for Everton at Goodison Park. The international break has passed without too much drama for Slot, who is expected to have both Alisson Becker and Ryan Gravenberch available, despite their withdrawals from their respective national teams. Alisson sustained a concussion while playing for Brazil against Colombia and was ruled out of the team's second World Cup qualifier. However, the goalkeeper has since been assessed by Liverpool medical staff and is expected to be fit to start against Everton. Gravenberch pulled out of the Netherlands squad with a niggle, but should also be fine to play against Everton. There is an obvious issue for Slot to address at right back, however, with Trent Alexander-Arnold, ankle, and Conor Bradley and Joe Gomez, both hamstring, ruled out with injuries. Alexander-Arnold was injured in the 1-0 defeat by Paris Saint-Germain on March 11th and didn't play for England in their wins over Albania and Latvia. He is expected to return sometime later in April, but his absence and those of his understudy, Bradley, and fellow right-back option Gomez should mean a start for Jarell Quansah. Tyler Morton is the only other unavailable Liverpool player. There are also concerns for David Moyes, who is sweating on the fitness of left-back Vitaly Mykolenko, who suffered a thigh problem while on international duty with Ukraine this week. Mykolenko was forced off in the second half of Ukraine's 3-0 Nations League loss to Belgium, and with head coach Serhii Rebrov painted a grim picture post-match. Unfortunately, he has an injury. He will do an MRI, he said. We'll see. I know Vitaly. If he didn't continue playing, then the injury was really serious. Speaking on March 19th, Moyes outlined the prognoses of key attackers Dwight McNeil, Iliman Ndiaye, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't think we're necessarily going to have any of them back after the international break, he said. But we've got 3 boys there, Dwight, Illy and Dom, who we could all do with seeing back if we could. McNeil hasn't played since a 4-0 victory over Wolves in December, in which he aggravated a knee injury, while Ndiaye suffered medial ligament damage to his knee in the first derby. They are both in contention to play versus Liverpool, having returned to training, but Calvert-Lewin is still out with a thigh injury, and midfielder Aurel Mangala is unavailable with an anterior cruciate ligament injury.